with your weekly energy reading. I have my notes here. I'm so excited to get into it. But before we discuss the energies for the week, I just wanted to share a little bit about what I have coming up, and it's really exciting stuff. So with my business partner, Jennifer Helwing, we have created Sacred Soul Healing Collective, and that is our brand, or whatever you call it. It's our business that we are offering events. So we have coming up on the 25th, we have a new moon circle, and the theme for this circle is align with your highest self. It's going to be really great. We're going to be doing lots of really healing practices in this circle, and our circles are always super magical, so I really recommend you come just to give it a try. We also have coming up, it's actually starting the day after, on the 26th of February, our healing program that's called Healing Through the Divine Feminine, and that is a 6-week healing program. It's a healing journey, we like we like to call it, and there's going to be many themes throughout the 6 weeks where it's giving us opportunities to address themes and topics that might be difficult to address when you're just on your own trying to heal. And we're going to be really reveling in the magic of sisterhood, such a sanctuary to be able to be healing with other people who are going through similar things. And there's just so much I can say about that. I've posted about it before, I'll post about it again. I just wanted to share that is open for registration now. We're only offering the beta pricing now, and the next time we run this program, it will be more, the cost will be higher, because right now we're offering a special beta price because it's the first time we're running it. Okay, with all that said, let's talk about the messages that I got today when I did my meditation. So I always ask what messages are most supportive for you, like anybody who's going to be watching this for this week. So in your heart now, just check in with yourself and see what question you have about your life, or about whatever you have a question about that you'd like guidance on. And just check in with yourself and see what comes up. Then, sorry about this. This happens to me all the time when I make videos. It's the throat chakra. Okay, so then when you have your question, decide if you are going to choose message 1 or message 2. And that's very important because they're different messages, they have different energies. Perhaps you want to have 2 questions and you assign message 1 for one and message 2 for the other. But whatever it is in your mind, decide now if you want to receive message 1 or message 2. Okay, so let's start message 1. The energy I got it was just said, let go. Let go, like you're grasping onto something. And it felt like you're holding on to something that you think is helping you, but it's actually dragging you down, or it's keeping you from rising. And immediately I saw a scene from my childhood that helps illustrate the meaning of this message. When I was young, I was visiting family, and they lived on a lake, and they went water skiing all the time. And I was I don't know, maybe 8 or something. And it was my first time water skiing. And they told me, whatever you do, don't let go of the bar that you hang on to that drags you on the water. They were like, whatever you do, don't let go. And so I was like, okay. And I held on because I thought that was my lifeline. And then it was my first time. I didn't know what I was doing. And then they went, and I think I was going on the surface for 2 seconds. And then somehow the water skis went under, and I wouldn't let go, and I was being dragged under. And I remember panicking and holding on tighter because I felt like this is my lifeline, I can't let go. But somehow it was here's the surface of the water, and it was like my skis were like, and I was dragging down literally. And so that's the energy of your message. You think you're holding on to something that's helping you, but it's actually dragging you down because you're grasping on too much. And the message is you need to release your sense of control, because we're just humans. Like, we don't have control over the universe, right? Like, we're not masters of the universe. There's lots of energies happening that are in support of our highest good that we are not open to, because we've got like tunnel vision, and we're like grasping onto the one thing that we think is going to help us. Let me see my notes. Oh yeah, so release your control, and then you'll have like open hands, and you'll be ready to receive instead of forcing. So this actually, now that I'm saying it, it's very much about masculine and feminine energy. I didn't think about that earlier, but feminine energy is open to receive, sort of leaning back, receptive, inviting, welcoming energy. Masculine energy is very like outward, forceful, controlling, doing. So the message for you is, whatever your question was, it's going to be better to let go. Like, really. Otherwise, you're dragging down in the water. Like the water skiing 8-year-old Katrina is like dragging down, and she's like, what do I do? And eventually she had to let go, and then helped her go to the surface. So I was reminded of this prayer that I love to say every day. Well, I probably don't say it every day, but I try to say it every day. It's a prayer of surrender. It's from my favorite author, Tosha Silver. I'm in her forum, and she has beautiful, beautiful perspectives on letting the divine take the lead and all that. So her prayer that I say most days is, Divine Beloved, I offer all of my deepest desires to you. I call in a divine plan beyond the mind's imagining. Use me for the highest good of all. So that's a very like surrendering statement. It's like you're sending the intention into the universe, that you have open hands, that you're not grasping on to whatever thing you think you need, and you're inviting in. You're inviting in whatever is for your highest good. And maybe you don't know what that is. Like for me, I'm going through a big healing journey right now. It's not really that fun, but I know it's for the highest good, because I'm meant to heal these wounds, these physical, emotional, energetic. So I've sort of invited that in, because this is a message I say all the time. So you have to be kind of brave to surrender and not have control, because it's going to invite in whatever is for your highest good, even though it might not feel good in the moment, but maybe it will. You never know. Okay, so now if you chose message 2, I will share that. So message 2, of course, all of these messages are super relevant to me, and I'm always asking like, okay, well, is this just for me, or is this for the collective? And I get, yes, it's for the group, it's for the collective. It's just, we're all going through similar things in our lives in different ways. So message 2 is, resting is the most productive thing you can do right now. It doesn't feel productive to rest. A lot of us feel guilt because we think we should be doing more. But they reminded me to tell you, you can't pour from an empty cup. You must fill your cup before you try to give more of yourself. And so they gave me some suggestions. So like, you might need to be asking for help. You can't do everything by yourself. You can't do it all. Maybe you need to ask the grandparents to take the kids for a night, or maybe you need to ask the spouse to give you some space because you need an evening to yourself. Or maybe you need help in any way. You know what I'm saying. Asking for help is a good way to start the process of resting. Having boundaries. So deciding like, I'm not going to expend my energy outward tomorrow because I really need to go inward. I really need to like focus on myself and go inward. Having on your schedule, blocking off time. So this is something I've been trying this whole year so far. It's only been less than 2 months, but I'm living cyclically. So whenever it's my time for my menstruation phase, I block off my calendar and I don't make any social commitments. I don't make any meetings. I don't have any client calls, readings, or anything because I need that time to myself to rest. That's just an example. I don't necessarily mean you need to do that, but don't let your calendar fill up with everything, all the other people's needs of your time, all the other people's demands of your time. You need to schedule time for you and block it off so nobody else can take it. Okay, lastly, they want you to know you have to give yourself permission to rest. It feels bad when you start resting because you're like, I just need rest. Oftentimes we feel guilty, but if you give yourself permission and say, it's okay to rest, this is for my, wellness, health and well-being, this is for my balance, this is for my highest good, I'm giving myself permission to rest, and then you can relax into the pleasure of resting. There's lots of pleasure that comes with resting, even if it's silly. Like yesterday, it was Sunday, I was not feeling great because of my period, and I laid in bed and I watched 3 episodes of a Netflix show in bed, and I almost never do that. I almost never watch TV in bed for some reason. I know a lot of people do, but it felt like so luxurious to be able to allow myself to do that and to just say, you know what, I'm just gonna watch this, and for the next hour and a half or however long it took, I'm not doing anything. I'm resting, and that was like my agenda. So give yourself permission. And then they showed me the image of my snowblower. So we have a battery operated snowblower. It's got this giant LED, no, not LED, what's it called? Lithium battery. And you have to put it in, snap it closed. The snowblower will work until the battery runs out, and then you take it out and then you charge it. So they wanted you to see yourself like the battery. You can't operate in the world the way you're meant to. Like the snowblower is meant to blow snow from our driveway because we live in Canada and it's crazy snowy here. It can't do it physically if the battery hasn't been charged. So the resting is like the charging of your battery. It seems like if you chose message 2, you really do need to rest. Find a way to rest, please. It's not lazy. It's not lazy. It's the most productive thing you can do. That's the first note I have here. Resting is the most productive thing you can do right now. Okay, so those are the 2 messages. I hope that is supportive for you as we go into this week of February 13th. Maybe you can reflect on them somehow. Maybe you can journal about them or just keep them in mind. Maybe even take some action steps like blocking off your schedule, or the first message was releasing. So maybe you could actually take some action steps to implement that if they resonate with you. Okay, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful week. Bye.